everybody, it's RPG Grandma, and I know I've been absent for a while, been busy, and I haven't really had a good, quiet space, as you can hear, to make stuff. But I've been making to make a video. But I've been making monsters, and these monsters here, hush, come from a little animal packet that I got at the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Dollar whatever, whichever one it was. And butterfly wings I picked up somewhere. They're the plastic shiny ones. Bat wings are a bat ring. I just clipped off. To make monsters like this, I did not use the epoxy stuff, which I totally have the 2 parts epoxy, which I'm going to try when I make more of these. But I used a glue gun. I used a glue gun and an X-Acto knife to melt the plastic to make the grooves, hush, and then use the X-Acto knife to cut like a little lobster dude up, and to cut the tail off, and to help drill out the parts. So this is a lobster, no, I mean a scorpion, actually, that I cut up, and a tiger that I just cut his tail off. And then I used a glue gun and an X-Acto knife to work holes into him. Then I used little tiny pieces of paper clip that I shoved in there until I got everything fitted right for the tail. Here, I just didn't do that because it's way too thin. I don't know if you guys can see how thin that is. The armigage. I just used the armigage that I cut off and just made sure I got a nice hole in here. You could use a Dremel too or something like that, but I didn't. I just used heat until I had, and the X-Acto knife until I had it dug out. And then I used a glue gun to glue everything together. And then painted him. Everybody at the house wanted him to have tiger colors, so that's why he's painted this way. You could go way wild with colors. Then he is based on the cover art of a sci-fi magazine, an old one that has short stories. And there you go. And I wanted one of these guys. Is he in the right scale? I have no clue. I'm going to make him as big as a tiger. He's representative. Same with the little elephant dudes here. Obviously, they're not the size of a regular pachyderm compared to this guy. But really, in all honesty, I can make them any size I want in a game. I think they're supposed to be on the smaller size. How small they are, I'll determine, but they're just craft shiny plastic wings, again, gouged into the spent very patiently. You have to be careful with the glue gun to melt and pull out, and using the X-Acto knife, a section of the elephant to then glue these in with the glue gun. I did the same with this guy, except he's got Halloween ring wings off of a bat. And I mean, craft-wise, if you got the glue gun already, and you've got a packet of Halloween rings, and you just go down to the dollar store and buy the things you need. Maybe pick up this part at Michael's or some other hobby place like Hobby Lobby, so you can have stands. You can sit there and make your own stands. I mean, this is basically just a super thin dowel I got in a packet, and I sat there with a metal file that happens to have a sharp end, and until it fit. These are toy sharks. Again, got them somewhere, super cheap. Did the same thing, made holes in the bottom of them with the glue gun till I could, you know, get a sufficient amount of the stick in. Then I used the glue gun to use the glue gun down here. I've used other stuff, epoxies, all that, and I do have 2 parts epoxy, which I'm going to do the next one of these DNA monsters with the 2 parts epoxy to see how that comes out, because they're supposed to be 2 to 20 of these, so I need to make a bunch. But this is my first one, and he's paper clips and glue gun and then painted. That's what he is. You know, so craft wise, you can make monsters that you see by cutting up stuff. These could be regular hammerheads under the water, or they can be air sharks. These guys were inspired by album covers by a 1970s band who has the same artist, cover artist, as the guy who made all the covers for the Yes band. So, good stuff. He also, there's a heavy metal band as well he did covers for. Also good stuff, especially for a Gamma World fan. So, you know, when something inspires you and you know it's not made by anybody yet, you can make it. I'm trying to encourage you guys to just, you know, just do it. Doesn't matter. I mean, I got a tin foil monster floating around here too, somewhere. I need to mount him though on a flat round. But, I mean, seriously, tin foil monster. I mean, that's silly. That's wacky. It's also from the 1970s and was published in a supplement, not from TSR, but by other folks for games like D&D. So this comes from the same time period, the 70s, before there was a monster manual. I mean, so does this guy, or these 2 guys. They really represent the same critter, but sci-fi version, more of the fantasy version. But they're bombs, living bombs that do things. This guy comes from Gamma World, which comes later. You know, you can take your inspiration from wherever. I have been working on Empire's Choices stuff, and these are a bunch of Reapers that I found in a box. Reaper minis. I'm sure I'll find more undead somewhere. They're all in undead. They're all skeletons, mummies, and zombies. The point is, if you're into modeling, making things, just go for it. Go ahead and make it. I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter if it seems like a crazy idea to you. Where did the tinfoil monster go? I really want to know. These are, I don't know what these are. I'll have to get into them and look. Might be goblins. But you do it. Do it. And one of the things I got, and I tried out on the, because I haven't sealed anything yet, on the little, I'm calling them fairy elephants until I really decide on a name. I might name them after the band and you know, move the band's letters around or something. These elephants is we ordered some metallic dual tip markers. All these colors, and they're acrylic. They're supposed to be acrylic. They smell acrylic. They do not smell like the old oil ones. I had those when I was a kid, and that allowed me to put different shades of colors on there. And I could have gotten really psychedelic and put totally different colors, but you know, right now I'm playing around with the little pachyderms here. You know, make the things you want to. Anyway, everybody have a great day. There'll be more videos. I've got to do a video on understanding how to convert monsters from one game system to another, things like that. But everybody have a great day. Bye.